My dear student, I'm going to start a new chapter in physics second paper. It's chapter number 5, magnetic induction and AC current. Now, boys and girls, my previous topic is here, magnetic flux and flux density. Before starting my lecture, at first, boys and girls, before starting my lecture, okay. At first, I need to discuss about magnetic flux. So I need to know about the definition of magnetic flux. Okay. So magnetic flux. Magnetic flux. Boys and girls, suppose this is a area. Suppose boys and girls, this is a area. A particular area A. We call to area. And then the magnetic field passing through the area vertically. I repeat, boys and girls, the magnetic field that passing through the area vertically or perpendicularly, it will be called to B. The magnetic field that passing through the vertical direction, which is equal to B. So here, B will be equal to magnetic. B will be equal to here magnetic field. Magnetic field. So here, B will be equal to magnetic field. Okay. So A equal to area and B equal to magnetic field. So in the case of magnetic flux, you can say that magnetic flux is the product of area and perpendicular component of magnetic field. I repeat, boys and girls, magnetic flux is the product of area and the perpendicular component of magnetic field. So you can say that the product of area and perpendicular component of magnetic field on this area is called magnetic flux. So boys and girls, you can say that here magnetic flux will equal to the product of area and the perpendicular component of magnetic field. Magnetic flux is denoted by a symbol that is called phi. So phi will equal, I can say that here A into B. Phi will equal, I can say that here A into B. Now in next segment, I have to find out the unit of magnetic flux. So my next topic is the unit of magnetic flux. Unit of magnetic flux. Magnetic flux. You see that the unit of area will be called to meter square, and then the unit of magnetic field will be called to Tesla. So I can say that here the unit of A will be called to meter square, and the unit of magnetic field B will be called to Tesla. It's nothing but Tesla. So the product of magnetic field and area will be called to Tesla meter square. So the unit of magnetic flux, the unit of magnetic flux will be called to, it's nothing but the product of Tesla and meter square. You know that the combined function of Tesla meter square is in short known as Weber. So it's known as Weber. It's shortly denoted by WB. It's nothing but Weber. So Weber is the unit of magnetic flux. Now, boys and girls, I need to discuss a special condition of magnetic flux. So write down please, all of you, the special condition of magnetic flux. So, special condition. Special condition of magnetic flux. Suppose, boys and girls, this is the area. This is the area. So here, A will be called to area. A will be called to area. And suppose a magnetic field that is acting inclinedly into this area. So this is the direction of B. I repeat, boys and girls, a magnetic field B is acting inclinedly on this area. So here, B is acting in this particular area. And now, suppose B makes an angle theta with vertical line. Suppose here it is the vertical line. This is area A. Suppose here Y prime and Y is the vertical line. It makes an angle theta with the vertical line. So here, the angle will be called to theta. This is the vertical line. Now, according to the definition of magnetic flux, you can say that magnetic flux is the product of area and perpendicular component of area that is acting on the area. Suppose, boys and girls, the perpendicular component of magnetic field B. You see, this magnetic field B is acting at an angle theta with the vertical line. So, if I'm going to find out the vertical component of B, you see here, the vertical component B of B is just acting with y-axis as a horizontal component. So, if I take the component of B into the direction of y, I repeat, boys and girls, if I take the component of B into the direction of y, it will be equal to nothing but B cos theta. You know that very well. It is B cos theta. And then if I take the component of B into this particular direction, okay, it will be equal to what? It will be equal to here B sine theta. So the component B will be equal to here is nothing but B sine theta. Now, boys and girls, what is the basic definition of magnetic flux? Magnetic flux will be equal to the product of area and the vertical component of magnetic field that is acting on the area. So the component of magnetic field that is acting vertically on the area. So you see that. So according to that particular definition, you can say that magnetic flux phi will be equal to what? Is the product of at first area. So area. And then I have to consider another thing. What is this? That is the component of magnetic field that is acting vertically on the area. I repeat, boys and girls, the component of magnetic field that is acting vertically on this area. So we can say that the component of magnetic field that is acting vertically on the area, it will be equal to B cos theta. It will be equal to what? It will be equal to here B cos theta. So now, in the place of B, I can say that here is nothing but B cos theta. In the place of B, I can say that here it is nothing but B cos theta. So this is the special case for the case of magnetic flux. So I can say that magnetic flux phi will equal to here AB cos theta. Now, you know that any kind of quantity on the basis of direction are two types. One is scalar quantity and another is vector quantity. You see, when A dot B will equal to AB cos theta, then we must say that that quantity will equal to scalar quantity. Now, I'm just getting here a component phi, a quantity phi, it will equal to AB cos theta. Since it will equal to AB cos theta, I can say that this AB cos theta will equal to nothing but vector A dot vector B. will equal to what? Nothing but vector A dot vector B. That's why this magnetic flux phi is the scalar product of two vector quantity. So phi is a scalar quantity. So on the basis of this special condition, on the basis of this discussion, we can say that magnetic flux phi is a scalar quantity. So you can say that phi or magnetic flux is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity. Flux phi is a scalar quantity. So phi is scalar quantity. On the basis of this discussion, you can say that the formula or basic formula of magnetic flux, it will equal to, it has three parts. One is magnetic flux phi equal to A into B. Second part of the formula, that is magnetic flux phi equal to, it is AB then cos theta. And the third formula, that is magnetic flux phi equal to, is nothing but A dot B. A dot B. So this is the basic discussion about magnetic flux. Now, boys and girls, I'm going to discuss another property of magnetic flux, another descriptive question of magnetic flux. Suppose the value of magnetic flux on any area is 20 Weber. What do you understand by this? What do you understand by this? The magnetic field, the magnetic flux on any area is 20 Weber. What do you understand by this 20 Weber? Boys and girls, you can say that magnetic flux phi is the product of magnetic field and the vertical component of area and the vertical component of magnetic field that is acting on this particular area. So you can say that magnetic flux equal to magnetic flux will equal to the product of area and component of magnetic field that is acting perpendicularly on the area. So I can say that here component of magnetic field that is acting vertically on that area. Now I can say that here magnetic flux will equal to phi and then area equal to A and magnetic field will equal to B. This is the easiest formula. So on the basis of this formula, I'm going to explain the explanation of 20 Weber magnetic field. The explanation of what? 20 Weber magnetic field. Suppose, boys and girls, I'm going to say that here, I'm going to take 1 meter square area. And into this 1 meter square area, the vertical component of magnetic field or the magnetic field that's acting vertically on this area will equal to, suppose it will equal to here 20 Tesla. So the product of this 20 Tesla into 1 meter square will equal to what? we'll equal to it is 20 Tesla meter square. Now, boys and girls, 1 Tesla meter square is nothing but 1 Tesla meter square is nothing but 1 Weber. So I can say that 20 Tesla meter square is nothing but here 20 Weber. So it is nothing but what? 20 Weber. So I can say 1 Weber will equal to what? 1 Tesla meter square. 1 Tesla meter square. So 1 Tesla meter square will equal to what? It will equal to here 1 Weber. That's why 20 Tesla meter square will equal to what? It is 20 Weber. So this is the explanation of 20 Weber magnetic flux. Now I'm going to explain this theoretically. Theoretically, I'm going to explain here what do I understand by this 20 Tesla magnetic field, magnetic flux. So I can say that the magnetic flux on any area is 20 Weber. 20 Weber. By this, we can understand that by this, inside 1 meter square area, the vertical component of magnetic field is 20 Tesla. The vertical component of magnetic field will equal to 20 Tesla. So here I can say that this is the explanation of 20 Weber magnetic flux. Now, my next topic is magnetic flux density. Boys and girls, my next topic is here, magnetic flux density. So, magnetic flux density is my next topic. So, magnetic flux density. Magnetic flux density. Boys and girls, magnetic flux density means what? Magnetic flux density means magnetic flux per unit area. I repeat, boys and girls, magnetic flux per unit area is called magnetic flux density. So you can say that magnetic flux per unit area is called magnetic flux density. Flux density. Suppose, boys and girls, I can say that inside a amount of area, the magnetic flux will equal to phi. So, inside 1 meter square area, what should be the magnetic flux? Inside 1 meter square area, the magnetic flux will equal to phi divided by 8. Inside 1 meter square area, boys and girls, the magnetic flux will equal to what? Magnetic flux will equal to here phi divided by 8. So this phi divided by 8 is nothing but magnetic flux density. This phi divided by 8 is nothing but what? Magnetic flux density. So magnetic flux density phi or magnetic flux density will equal to what? Will equal to here magnetic flux divided by area. Magnetic flux density will equal to what? It will equal to here magnetic flux divided by area. So I can say that magnetic flux density magnetic flux density will equal to magnetic flux divided by area. Magnetic flux divided by area. So we can say that magnetic flux density will equal to what? You see that at the place of magnetic flux, I can say that here phi divided by A. It will equal to what? It will equal to phi divided by A. Now, in the case of phi, you see that phi is the product of area and magnetic field, A into B. So I can replace phi just like this. Phi will equal to A into B divided by A. Now you see this here, A and A will cancel out. Here, A and A will cancel out. So the remaining part is here only B, and B equal to magnetic field. So I can say that here magnetic flux density is nothing but magnetic field. I repeat, is nothing but magnetic field. But which component of magnetic field? You can say that this magnetic field is acting vertically on the area. This magnetic field is acting vertically on the area. Okay. So the magnetic field that is acting vertically on the area, that is nothing but magnetic flux density. So this is the discussion about magnetic flux density. Now, in next segment, boys and girls, I need to know what is the unit of magnetic flux density. So, the unit of magnetic flux density, unit of magnetic flux density. Unit of magnetic flux density. You know that magnetic flux density will equal to the product of phi by A. So you can say that phi will equal to Weber, A will equal to meter square. So it will equal to Weber per meter square. So the first unit is here is nothing but Weber per meter square. Now, in another slot, if I say this, magnetic flux will equal to what? Will equal to magnetic field. So if it is considered at magnetic field, so on this concept, you can say that the unit of magnetic flux density is also Tesla. So there are two units of magnetic flux density. One is here Weber per meter square, another is here Tesla. How this Tesla comes from? You see, 1 Weber equal to 1 Tesla meter square, 1 Tesla meter square. Okay, now divided by meter square. So you see here meter square and meter square cancel out. So the remaining part is here only Tesla. So there are two units of magnetic flux density. One is Weber per meter square and another is here Tesla. So you can say that there are two units of magnetic flux density. Those are number 1 Weber per meter square and Tesla. So these are the two units of magnetic flux density. I repeat, boys and girls. So these are the two units of what? Magnetic flux density. So boys and girls, this is discussion about magnetic flux and magnetic flux density. So all of you stay at home and stay safe. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.